Friday morning, Nashville. That's where the NASCAR is rolling into this weekend. All three races. Trucks today. So this afternoon, you're going to need to hurry. Practice and stuff mid-afternoon and qualifying for trucks. Xfinity, you'll see a cup practice as well. So another chance to see a card come out pre-flop, so to speak, on the cup guys. You're going to see them for practice today, qualifying tomorrow, in the race on Sunday night. But we got stuff in trucks and Xfinity. Nashville, you know the deal. Mile and a third, models to a lot of the mile and a half tracks, the Kansas, the Vegas, the Kentuckys, the guys like that. The fast cars are going to be good there. They're going to run the tire code, same tire combination the Cup guys ran earlier in the season at most a mile and a half tracks. You're going to see similarity there. Don't see a lot of value in the outrights this week. Everybody's essentially that same 10 or 11 fast cars are the 10 or 11 fast cars. The top four Toyotas are pretty good. The Hendrick Chevys probably put Chastain under that blanket along with Kyle Busch, and that gets you to 10, 8, 9, 10, 11 reasonably good cars. There's not a lot of value, not a lot of separation in the lines. Best price for Larson is $600. He is the favorite. He was the winner here 2 years ago in 21. Elliott probably has the best driver rating. He and Kyle Busch in the last two appearances at this track. Nashville's not had a lot of activity. Opened 20 years ago, but it's only been a cup destination for the last couple. Xfinity stopped running here about 10 years ago, then has come back recently along with the trucks. Not a ton of track time here, so not a ton to model this to. And there's a substantial rain delay in the 21 race. So again, throws off a lot of our data. Look what's gone on. Mentioned that Elliott and Larson won the last two cup races. Kyle Busch has been really, really good here. In terms of guys who've been fast, it's been the Toyotas, it's been Hamlin, it's been Truex, it's been Chastain and the Chevy. Kurt Busch, before he had the concussion last year and frankly had to retire, he's been very good here the last couple times. Of the Fords, Blaney and Harvick, but not on speed. A lot of it's been on strategy. Waiting for Chris Bell to figure this one out. He was a top 10 driver rating last year. What do we know? Well, I see a few bets out there. We're 6-3 right now since the All-Star break, since we started giving you these videos with the FTA guys, the guys from the college kids, and the friends there, trying to get you guys to buy in some NASCAR, because we're winning right now. I want you to come with us and do a little bit of that. We'll get to the picks real quick. First of all, like we said, trucks, Friday night. Couple things we like that we see. The most obvious one, and this is a play. This is a play. It'll go up on the screen right here in a second when I throw the graphic in. Zane Smith over Corey Heim in a matchup. Smith minus 110 over Heim. You're seeing it minus 110, minus 115 all over the continent. It's an easy one to get. It makes sense. Zane's raced here twice in trucks, been good, been essentially top five. Heim's never been here. He's coming off missing the Gateway race with an undisclosed illness, whatever the hell that means. But he has no experience here, and he's overpriced here. He shouldn't be the favorite. He's going to be fast. That truck's been fast all year. But him over Smith in a points race, coming off a break, never having raced here, we'll take Zane Smith every day of the week and potentially a couple times on Sundays. Other one we like, the other biggie that we think is a real possibility here, Matt DiBenedetto. We're going to go that way again this week. There's a matchup, DiBenedetto over Rajay Caruth. DiBenedetto has been very, very good here. Kind of a home track for him. You'll find him in a couple places, generally speaking, minus 115 over Caruth. Would also consider DiBenedetto over Chase Purdy at the same price if you can't get Caruth, but the Caruth one is a much better buy. DiBenedetto 9-3 against Caruth in race head-to-heads this year, just 7-5 against Purdy, and Purdy has, I think, better equipment for this one. Other one we would look at, as much as I'm interested in this truck race, Lane Riggs is not in any matchups yet. Odds are he's going to qualify really well, and his price is going to get more expensive. I would nibble. Again, not an official play. Nibble, Lane Riggs, top 5 at 50-1. There's some 5,000 out there offshore. Would definitely give that a look. Other things in the truck race, honestly, I would just kind of go short Heim with other favorites. If you see a good price on Majeski or on Eckes over Heim, where they're getting right around even pre-qualifying, I would take that. Again, short Heim versus the other three top cars, but the official play is Zane Smith over Heim. Over to the Xfinity guys, who will practice on Friday afternoon as well, so you're going to see initial first speeds out of those guys. I like Chandler Smith. I'm struggling to find a way to play him. There's some 2,500 out there for him to win. That's a little bit of a stretch, but it's a great value if you want to throw a 10th at it or a 20th of a unit, something like that. Again, not an official play. I just want to find a way to be on Chandler Smith. If I could get him, say, 350, 400 for a top 5, I would take that. The matchups I've seen him out there with, I'm only seeing him out there right now against Hocevar, and I like, okay, let's go with it. Let's go Chandler Smith over Hocevar, -110. It's out there a couple places, Westgate and a few others around, you know, that starter point, -110, -115. Just understand Hocevar has 3 races in the Spire equipment. He's gone 6th and he's gone 8th, and he's fast. He doesn't care. But he's not running for points. Chandler Smith is. Chandler Smith, very good here in a truck race 2 years ago. I think he's better. I think he's in better equipment. That's an official play, but Hocevar is dangerous. Moving on, we mentioned a bunch of Smiths, so don't get confused. Also in the Xfinity race, Zane Smith is running in the Xfinity race. Rare run for him. He ran some in the 17 and 18 seasons, but it's in the car that Almirola won with last week at Sonoma. Not saying that correlates, but Zane Smith in good equipment, who's going to be a Cup driver next year, is 40-1 in Xfinity. Is he a winner at 40? No. But look for matchups. See if you can find him in a matchup. I need a better top 5 price. 400 is not good enough. If you get 550, 600, absolutely. Zane Smith, top 5, Xfinity. And look for him in matchups. Again, just not seeing any good matchups breaking for him yet. But if you put him parallel with anybody else sitting out there at 4,000, except for Herbst, who was really good the last 2 times here, 3rd and 10th, that's just what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the wrong matchups on Zane Smith's, but I'd like to be in a Zane Smith matchup in the Xfinity race if something else breaks. Finally, the Cup. You're going to see him practice Friday afternoon. You're going to see him qualify Saturday morning, which means you get 2 looks. So it's like seeing an extra card, you know, in the flop, so to speak. You have more information with which to work. A few things out there I like. I'm going to give you one hard play, and then we'll see how qualifying goes. Again, the strength is Toyotas. It's Hamlin Truex. Kyle Busch has been great here. Larson's been a winner here. Elliott desperately needs a win. He actually won last year, and the year before he was a top 5 car all day, led a bunch of laps, got disqualified, equipment problem. So I like all those guys, but they're all in a pack. Those top 10 cars are all basically the same. I'm going to take one shot at a matchup for the Cup race on Sunday right now. Ryan Preece plus money. Ryan Preece plus 110 offshore. I think he's onshore as well, maybe at Westgate. Preece over Briscoe, his teammate. Briscoe's been bad here in 2 runs in the 30s. Preece has run here once in Cup. He won 2 truck races here and was 6th in Xfinity here last year and loves this track. It's not a flat track. It's not as usual, but he's better than Briscoe right now. They're on the same team, so to speak. That's the same guy in the garage. I like Preece over Briscoe. We'll look at some more matchups, but I think we'll see some repricing. Oh, yeah, one more thing. One more official play, and I really, really like this one. We talked about the numbers say this season. Look at this season bet. We talked about Byron and Larson as the 2 favorites, even despite penalties and issues with them. You look at those guys, period. I think you want some Byron this week. There's some top 5 Byron at plus money, plus 130 at Barstool. May need to hurry and get that one in before they qualify on Friday afternoon. Stick with us. Stick with the FTA guys. Stick with the college kids. Stick with me, Rob CWV, and stick with the NASCAR at Nashville. Talk to you next week.